So now we were doing plantar aponeurosis, right? I hope you can see the screen, all of you.
Yes, ma'am.
So we have seen plantar aponeurosis. So like it's a triangular expansion which we see, which is nothing but the thickening of deep fascia. So till this slide we have seen. So what does it do? It gives firm attachment to the overlying skin. Okay, it protects the underlying vessels, nerves, and also muscles and their tendons. Okay, and their synovial sheaths. It also helps in the maintenance of arches of foot. So medially we have medial longitudinal arch, laterally lateral longitudinal arch. Now, so after that we will see the sole has both extrinsic and intrinsic muscles. Extrinsic in the sense the muscles which have actually originated in the posterior compartment of the leg. Like we have tibialis posterior, okay, we also have flexor digitorum longus and flexor hallucis longus. They also enter into the sole. Okay, those are extrinsic. Intrinsic muscles in the sense they originate within the sole from the various bones like tarsal, metatarsal bones, and they insert also there. Okay, that is the meaning of extrinsic and intrinsic muscles. So we will see all the four layers one by one. So all these muscles, they help in flexion, extension, abduction and adduction of toes. Okay, they also enable the toes to lift and curl. They support the arches of foot. There we know they are supplied by the branches of tibial nerve. What are the terminal branches of tibial nerve? Medial and lateral.
Lateral plantar nerves.
Very good. They are supplied by the branches of posterior tibial artery. Same name but again medial and
Hmm.
lateral plantar artery. So we have four layers. Let us see. So muscles of the first layer of sole, that is the flexor digitorum brevis, abductor hallucis and abductor digiti minima. See, flexor digitorum brevis itself can be a short note beta. Among, see, as such, muscles of sole may not come, to be very frank, till last year, but your batch is like 100 marks paper, no beta, we can't say. But among these sole muscles, the most probable question we usually get is flexor digitorum brevis, the muscle what you are seeing in the middle. Okay, so this whole muscle you are finding is the flexor digitorum brevis. So origin you can see it is coming from the medial tubercle of calcaneum. I told you all first layer muscles will be taking the origin from plantar aponeurosis. Okay, below plantar aponeurosis we will have medial intermuscular septa, lateral intermuscular septa. So that means it is taking its origin from the medial and lateral intermuscular septae as well. Now if you observe this flexor digitorum, we know this word digitorum means it is splitting into four slips, no, four tendons. Okay, what are those beta? 1, 2, 3, 4. So second, third, fourth and fifth toe. It's going and getting inserted into the base of the like which phalanx? Middle phalanx. Okay, middle phalanx of second, third, fourth and fifth toe. Okay, so the muscle is ending in four tendons between flexor digitorum profundus. Okay, I told you flexor digitorum profundus also comes into the sole for its insertion. Opposite bone of the proximal phalanx. Each tendon divides into two slips. Okay, so like you can see here, it is dividing into two slips. Can you notice better? Two slips it is. Okay, and then it is getting inserted into the base of the middle phalanx. Now, nerve supply medial plantar nerve. Okay, then action is flexion of toes at metatarsophalangeal joints and also interphalangeal joints. Okay, that is. Next we have abductor. You see here beta, it is more clear. This is abductor hallucis. Hallucis means what? It is
Victor.
going to big toe. Very good. Then this is abductor digiti minimi. That means these are the three muscles what we see in the first layer. Flexor digitorum brevis, abductor hallucis and abductor digiti minimi. Okay. So abductor hallucis is also originating from the medial tubercle of the calcaneum, also from flexor retinaculum and the medial intermuscular septa to be more specific. Insertion is medial side. See, we know Big toe has only two phalanges, proximal phalanx and distal phalanx. So base of the medial side of the proximal phalanx of first toe or the big toe. Okay. Then tendon of abductor hallucis fuses with the tendon of flexor hallucis brevis. Okay. Then we will see as we proceed in the next layer. Okay. Flexor hallucis longus is actually coming from the posterior compartment of the leg, right? Then this is also, see, logically, if you think medial side muscles will be supplied by medial plantar nerve. Okay. There, sole palm muscles maximum all were supplied by deep branch of ulnar nerve, except few exceptions like thenar compartment, no? And first two lumbricals. But here you need to little more remember the things. Okay, we do not have such easy code like thing. Okay, now action is abduction, as the name suggests, abduction of great toe. Then the little toe, right? So this is abductor digiti minimi. Okay, this is also coming from calcaneus, lateral tubercle of calcaneus, flexor retinaculum, lateral intermuscular septum. From this picture, you can see lateral side of the proximal phalanx of fifth toe. This is actually fusing with the tendon of flexor digiti minimi brevis, okay, which we see in the following layer. Okay, inserted into the lateral side of the like proximal phalanx of fifth toe. Okay, proximal phalanx. So this is supplied by again medial plantar nerve. Though it is little toe, see, it is medial plantar. We do not have something like common. Okay, so this is bringing about the abduction of little toe, abductor minimi. That means abduction of little toe. Now muscles of second layer. So we have flexor digitorum longus, then flexor hallucis longus. So we know these two muscles were actually coming from the
Posterior.
very good posterior compartment of the leg. That means from the posterior surface of the tibia and fibula, right? Apart from that, you are finding flexor digitorum accessorius, okay, and lumbricals. Okay, so these are the four muscles what we see in the second layer. Okay, now the flexor digitorum, what you have already studied, but so from the posterior aspect of the tibia in the lower two-thirds of the shaft of the posterior surface of the tibia below soleal line. Recently we have studied like it is going into the like digitorum means it is splitting into four slips, right? So it is going and getting inserted into the base of the distal phalanx from second, third, fourth and fifth toe. Nerve supply, because it is the posterior compartment of the leg muscle, it is supplied by tibial nerve. Okay, action is plantar flexion of ankle, second to fifth toe. Digitorum accessorius. Accessorius means what, beta? So it is actually supporting these flexor digitorum muscle. That's the meaning. See here, beta. See, this is the digit. Now, first layer muscle you have removed in this picture. Plantar aponeurosis is removed. Okay, then flexor digitorum, brevis abductor, digiti minimi, flexor digiti minimi muscles were removed. That means now you are able to see second layer muscles. Okay, that is the flexor digitorum longus, which was going into the four toes. Okay, now into this is all longus only, but a flexor digit. Previous slide we have seen longus, right? Flexor digitorum longus. This muscle only, we know it is splitting into four slips, right? Isn't it, better? One, two,
Yes, ma'am.
three, four. Huh? So within this, can you see there is one supporting muscle here? From here till here. Okay, so this is nothing but flexor digitorum accessorius. Okay, so this muscle, better, this muscle, so it has medial head, okay, and lateral head. So from the medial tubercle of the calcaneum and the lateral tubercle of calcaneum, so it is actually getting inserted within the flexor digitorum longus. You can write like that. Okay, muscle fibers insert into the lateral side of the tendons of the flexor digitorum longus. Okay, that is main. So they do not go up to the distal phalanx, not. The one which is going up to the distal phalanx is this muscle, flexor digitorum longus. Okay, now nerve supply. This is supplied by lateral plantar nerve. Okay, this is bringing about plantar flexion. So this is the dorsum of the foot. Suppose if it is flexed in this way, dorsum, you call it as dorsiflexion. If sole is flexed in this way, then you call it as plantar flexion. So the plantar flexion of the ankle is brought about by this supporting muscle, digitorum accessorius. Lumbricals, if you observe this picture also, now between the, see what is this big muscle we had? Flexor digitorum longus, isn't it? So this flexor digitorum longus, in between, can you see? Same like what we had in the palm beta. There also in between the digitorum longus we had lumbricals, isn't it? Here also we have lumbrical muscles. Okay. So that means they are coming from the adjacent sides of the tendons of the flexor digitorum longus. Okay. So that's what is written here. So insertion is, so metatarsophalangeal joint. That means here we have metatarsals, right? Here we have proximal phalanx. Each toe will have proximal phalanx, middle phalanx, distal phalanx, right? Great toe will have proximal and distal phalanx. So between the metatarsal and the proximal phalanx, the joint is metatarsophalangeal joint. So there you will see the lumbricals are going and getting inserted. Okay, laterally. So they form one expansion which is called as extensor expansion. Now see here nerve supply. First lumbrical is supplied by medial plantar nerve. Second, third and fourth they are supplied by lateral plantar nerve. Okay. Their first two were supplied by medial nerve. Right? You remember beta?
Yes,
Lumbricals here. First
yes,
two
yes,
were
ma'am.
median and the last two were deep branch of ulnar nerve. Here first one is medial plantar nerve. Remaining three. Tomorrow when we discuss medial and lateral plantar
Later.
nerves, you should be able to recollect all these things better. Next part of soul is vessels and
Okay.
nerves. Today muscles, tomorrow vessels and
Okay.
nerves. Okay. So action is extension of interphalangeal joint. Okay. Now does not allow the toes to buckle. Buckle means they just get folded sometimes when we are very feeling very weak or when we are walking on uneven surfaces. Sometimes we may not get the proper grip. So that is actually being prevented by this muscles, lumbricals. Okay. That is. Now we have one more muscle. We already know this muscle is coming from the posterior aspect of the fibula bone. No? Lower part of the lower 3/4 of the posterior surface of the fibula. And you hallucis means it is going to the big toe, distal phalanx, base of the distal phalanx of the big toe. Because it is posterior compartment of the leg muscle, it is supplied by tibial nerve. This is also bringing about plantar flexion. To be more specific of big toe and also ankle. Maintains, this is going on medial side. Obviously it helps in the like maintenance of medial longitudinal arch. Okay. Then coming to muscles of third layer. So third layer we have flexor hallucis brevis, adductor hallucis and flexor digiti minimi brevis. Okay. Now each muscle we will see. See flexor hallucis. Hallucis means again this muscle is going and controlling this big toe. No? So it is arising by a Y-shaped tendon. So medial limb, direct continuation of tibialis posterior. Okay. Lateral limb will be actually coming from cuboid bone. So now if you observe here, the insertion is going to this great toe or big toe, okay, in the proximal phalanx, where it is dividing into medial slip and lateral slip, and where it is getting inserted on medial like base of the proximal phalanx, okay, on the medial side and lateral side. You just look at the picture and you can write in your own words better. Okay, all medial aspect muscles, just logically you just think and you try to write like they are supplied by medial plantar nerve. Okay, and this is the flexor of the proximal phalanx of the great toe, at the big toe. Okay. Then we have adductor hallucis. Adductor hallucis in the sense again this muscle is also going and taking control of big toe or the great toe. Okay, so it has two heads. So what are the two heads? This head is oblique in direction. You call it as oblique head. This head is straight in transverse direction. You call it as transverse head. Okay, so we have oblique head and transverse head. So the oblique head is coming from the second and third metatarsals. Okay, then so they also take their origin from the sheath of peroneus longus muscle, okay, which has gone into the sole. If you remember, that was also getting inserted into the base of the proximal phalanx. Then transverse head, So they are taking their origin from the long plantar ligaments of metatarsophalangeal joints of third, fourth, and fifth. Okay, and deep metatarsal ligament. Just try to remember this. Okay, now if you observe this oblique head and transverse head, where are they getting inserted, beta? Just look at this picture, you will write in your own words. Lateral side or medial side, the insertion is on. Big toe, proximal phalanx.
Lateral side.
Very good, lateral side of the proximal phalanx of the great toe. Common with the lateral tendon of flexor hallucis brevis. Okay, beta? Done. So this is supplied by lateral plantar nerve. Okay, and it is adductor, right? Adductor hallucis. So it's bringing about adduction of great toe. Then this is small muscle, flexor digitae minimi brevis. Okay, fifth metatarsal bone, it takes its origin. Then tendon of peroneus longus. Also, it's then it is going and getting inserted into the lateral side of the proximal phalanx of little toe. This is our little toe. Proximal phalanx, middle phalanx, distal phalanx. It comes like this and gets inserted. Very simple. Fifth metatarsal to proximal phalanx of little toe. Obviously, it's lateral aspect, so it is supplied by lateral plantar nerve. Okay, flexor, flexing what? The proximal phalanx of little toe. Okay, that is. The last layer we have four muscles of the fourth layer. We have dorsal interosseous, plantar interosseous, tibialis posterior, and peroneus longus. Again, peroneus longus is a muscle of which compartment?
Third compartment.
Yes, beta, Hema?
Third posterior compartment.
No.
No,
Peroneus
lateral
longus.
compartment.
Very good. Peroneus
Okay,
longus,
lateral.
peroneus brevis, we saw in the
Brevis.
lateral compartment of dash. Lateral
Leg.
compartment of leg. Yeah, very good. Lateral compartment of leg. Now let us see the interosseous. Interosseous means what, beta? The muscles which are originating between the metatarsal bones. No? So all are bipinnate. They are taking their origin from the adjacent sides of the metatarsal bones. Okay. So the counting is starting from the big toe or the great toe. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So from the, suppose if you just talk about the first dorsal interosseous, it is taking its origin from the shaft of the lateral side of the shaft of the first metatarsal and medial side of the shaft of the second metatarsal. Isn't it? Then its first one is going and getting inserted on the medial side of the proximal phalanx of second toe. Second is also getting inserted into the proximal phalanx only from this picture. Isn't it? Like that. You just try to observe this picture and just try to write. Okay. So all these are dorsal interosseous. So what do they do? Like what are they supplied with? Lateral plantar nerve. Okay. So they bring about abduction. Okay. So dorsal interosseous, they bring about the abduction. Please remember abduction. Then we have plantar interosseous. So plantar, that means you are going sole layer wise. So one below the other you will see. So plantar interosseous, they are taking their 1, 2, 3 in number. So they are taking their origin. See, this is first metatarsal, right? Second. But we are not finding from there. You are finding from third, fourth, and fifth, right? So from this is the medial side of the picture. This is the lateral side. Okay, they are coming from the medial side of the third, fourth, and fifth metatarsal bone, and they are getting inserted into the proximal phalanx of third, fourth, and fifth toes. This is also being supplied by the lateral plantar nerve. Okay, and this will be bringing about adduction. Okay, that is. Now, tibialis posterior, already we have learned when we were doing the posterior compartment muscles. No. So posterior compartment, see tibia, posterior surface of the shaft of the tibia below the soleal line, interosseous membrane, and the posterior surface of the fibula. It goes into the sole, isn't it? Passing behind this flexor retinaculum, right? Then do you remember it is splitting into so many slips. It helps in the maintenance of arches of foot, I said, right? It goes and gets inserted into the tuberosity of navicular bone, tarsal, except talus. You just try to write all the bones, all metatarsals, uniforms. Okay. So nerve supply is tibial nerve. It brings about the plantar flexion of ankle. Okay. Inversion. When the sole is facing towards midline, you call it as inversion. When the sole is facing outwards, you call it as eversion. This muscle is helping in the maintenance of medial longitudinal arch. Okay, so you can see this is the tibialis posterior, this one better, tibialis posterior tendon. Okay, so it enters into the foot. This is the medial aspect. Behind the medial malleolus, beneath the flexor retinaculum, runs downwards towards the sustentaculum tali, like this it is. Okay, inserted mainly into the tuberosity of navicular bone. Okay, all bones you see, cuboid, cuneiform, and basis of second, third, and fourth metatarsals. All these tendons are surrounded. Whatever tendons you find in the sole, please remember they are all surrounded by these blue things. What you are finding, those are synovial sheaths, because the foot is the one which is resting on the ground and which is taking the support when we walk. So lot of friction will be there, lot of protection is required, for which you will see they are well protected by synovial sheath. Peroneus longus we have seen in the lateral compartment, which is coming from the fibula, isn't it? Head of the fibula, lateral surface of the upper 2/3 of the shaft of the fibula. It goes and gets inserted into the medial cuneiform. Okay, and also base of the first metatarsal, you can see here. Okay, this is, you remember lateral compartment muscles are supplied by which nerve? Superficial peroneal nerve, not superior, superficial peroneal. Front of the leg, they are supplied by which nerve?
Deep peroneal.
Very good. Posterior compartment of the leg supplied by?
Fibular nerve.
Tibial beta, tibial nerve.
Tibial nerve, sorry.
Tibial nerve, okay.
Sorry.
Let us revise. Front of the leg?
Deep peroneal nerve.
Deep peroneal. Lateral compartment of the leg?
Superficial peroneal.
Superficial peroneal. Posterior compartment of the leg?
Tibial.
Tibial nerve. Very good. Okay. So this brings about eversion of the foot and maintains the lateral longitudinal arch and also transverse arches. Okay. So this we have already discussed. See, these are the fibrous flexor sheaths. That means whatever tendons we have seen which were going into the sole. What tendons we saw? The flexor digitorum longus we saw, flexor digitorum brevis we saw, flexor. So many tendons we saw. Flexor digitorum minima, flexor hallucis, isn't it? So all these tendons, they are surrounded by a synovial sheath. Okay, so which are nothing but the fibrous flexor sheath. Okay, that is it. So this fibrous sheath, you can see this is something like this. Okay, inside the do you remember we had peritoneum, where we had this parietal layer and visceral layer, something like that. So that means, suppose this is the flexor tendon, flexor digitorum longus, flexor digitorum minima brevis, any flexor tendon, it will be surrounded by this synovial sheath. Okay, so inside layer you can consider it as visceral layer, outside layer you can consider it as parietal layer. Okay, so this well protected sheath, that means the flexor tendons. Okay, the fibrous sheath together with the inferior surface of the phalanges and interphalangeal joints, they form a blind tunnel. This is the blind tunnel, in fact, okay, into which the flexor tendons are running. That's how they get protection. Okay, so like that, all tendons. See, which retinaculum is this?
Flexor.
What tendons are passing through flexor retinaculum? Flexor digitorum longus, you can see covered with sheath. Flexor hallucis longus, that is also covered with sheath. No? Tibialis posterior.
Posterior.
Three muscles, Tom, Dick, Harry muscles, you just try to remember. Okay. Apart from that, you have vessels also. This is which artery beta from behind?
Media. Sorry.
Behind?
Posterior tibial artery.
Posterior tibial artery. Which nerve is supplying posterior compartment?
Tibial nerve.
So both of them are going into the sole now. Tomorrow also I will ask this question. Posterior tibial artery is dividing into two, medial plantar
Medial
artery.
and lateral plantar.
Very good. Tibial nerve is also dividing into two. What is that?
Medial plantar,
Same thing.
lateral
Middle and
plantar
lateral
arch.
plantar.
Nerve. Very good. Okay, nice. Very good. Okay, beta, we'll stop here then.